Building habits and the right mindset makes growing wealth practically unavoidable. But the real shift that happens once you stash away your first 10 grand, it's way bigger than just seeing a bigger number in your account. It's about turning into someone who actually has money put aside. And that change in your identity creates a chain reaction that spills into basically every area of your life, often in ways you'd never guess. Let's talk about something called decision fatigue. I know, sounds like fancy corporate jargon, but it's a real psychological thing. Every single day, you're making thousands of tiny money-related calls. Do I grab the store brand pasta or splurge on the name brand? Can I eat out for lunch? Or should I throw together a sandwich? Is premium gas worth it? Or will regular do the trick? All those little choices drain your mental energy. By nighttime, you're wiped out from constantly running the numbers on what you can or can't afford. But here's the game changer. Once you've got $10K in the bank, nearly 90% of those daily money decisions stop mattering. You're no longer picking generic over brand name because you're scared of your balance. You're picking based on what you actually like. That might sound tiny, but imagine how much brain space you'd free up if you didn't have to make survival-style calculations 50 times a day. I remember someone, let's call him Kevin, telling me that the first time he walked into a grocery store after hitting the $10K mark, he nearly teared up. Not because he suddenly blew cash on champagne and caviar, but because he realized for the first time he could focus on what he wanted to eat instead of what he could barely afford to eat. That's a level of freedom most people don't even know they're missing until they feel it. Now, let's be honest about something a lot of financial experts don't really highlight. Having $10K saved up doesn't make you wealthy. You're not quitting your job to play beach volleyball for a living. You'll still hesitate before dropping $1,000 on some fancy gadget you don't truly need. But what it does give you is breathing room. And breathing room is the bedrock of every smart money move. When you're not gasping for financial air, you can actually think ahead instead of just scrambling to put out whatever fire pops up next. Maybe you see your car insurance is up for renewal, and you've got the time to shop around for better rates instead of just accepting the hike. Or you notice your phone plan is way overpriced, so you switch to something cheaper without sweating the transfer fees. Those little fixes might only save you $50 or $100 a month. But when you're not constantly stressed about cash, you're way more likely to spot those chances. And those small wins stack up over time into serious savings, making your next goal even easier to reach. Here's a twist on human psychology most people miss. When you've got zero savings, every single dollar feels critical because losing one means you're that much closer to disaster. But once you've got $10K saved, individual dollars feel less intense. And weirdly enough, that makes you more willing to spend on things that could boost your income. Sounds backward, right? But it's huge. The person with no savings might skip a $50 networking meetup because $50 feels enormous when you're living check to check. Meanwhile, the person with $10K in the bank shows up, meets someone, and lands an offer for a job paying $5K more a year. Having a safety net doesn't make you reckless, it just makes you more open to taking smart chances. I've seen this play out again and again. People who build up that first real savings cushion often hit a fast track in their careers, not because having money directly hands them promotions, but because financial security gives them the guts to take opportunities that broke people simply can't afford to try. And let's touch on something hardly anyone writes about in personal finance articles, but everyone experiences in real life: the social side of money. When you're constantly worried about your finances, it changes how you act around others in small but powerful ways. You might dodge hangouts because you can't afford to join in. You might feel embarrassed about your money struggles and pull back. You might even start resenting friends who seem way more stable. So yeah, $10K is way more than a number on a screen. It's a full psychological shift that reaches into every part of your life. From sleeping better at night to walking into job interviews with real confidence instead of panic, this milestone sets off a domino effect most people never see coming. If right now you're staring at a bank balance that looks more like a phone number from the 1950s, don't panic. Start small, stay steady, and remember, the person you become while saving your first $10,000 is worth way more than the money itself. If this video hit home for you, go ahead and smash that like button, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more real talk about building wealth and changing your mindset. Thanks for watching.